turning them into fabric or turning them into clothes.
What's your theory of where it all started? Where did we come from? Where did humans originate?
Okay, well, I think that I'm not against the academic reconstruction of the human family tree. I think they've done some quite good work. So to answer your question, I'll have to go back quite far to the last common ancestor with the chimpanzee, which is about 6 million years ago. And then from then, you get a gradual emergence of a creature who begins to look more and more human. And by 2.5 million years ago, that creature is making stone tools. The first sign of real intelligent activity. I'm going
to turn the air conditioning
on. But the stone tools are very limited, and once the creature has invented them, it doesn't change for the next million years.
Okay.
The stone tools stay exactly the same. So we know that they're passing down cultural information, and we also know that they're extremely rigid in their thought patterns, and they're stuck in that. Then a new type of stone tool is introduced, and that one sticks for another million years as well. And during this time, our ancestors are looking more and more like us. And finally, the earliest surviving fully anatomically modern human skeleton comes from Ethiopia, as a matter of fact, and it's 195,000 years old. That's just short of 200,000 years old. Before that, the creatures were closely related to us, but they didn't look quite like us, and their brains were not quite like ours. But by 195,000 years ago, anatomically modern humans have evolved. But their behavior has not evolved. Their behavior is stuck in that archaic period, and they're still using the same limited, unimaginative stone tools that were being used a million years before. And then it's a really extraordinary thing happens, and it's within the last 50,000 years, is that you just get this incredible surge forward in human behavior. The dawn of spiritual beliefs, they're very, very clear because they started burying food and water with the dead. That anybody who does that, they definitely believe that some aspect of the individual continues after death. And they created the great cave art, the amazing, amazing paintings, stunning works of art. All of this symbolic behavior seemed to just switch on kind of overnight, somewhere after 50,000 years ago. And I would start the clock about there, where suddenly you've got these incredibly intelligent, artistic, creative creatures on the planet who are us, and they are doing this stuff. And I believe that some of them stayed in the hunter-gatherer mode all the way through history. And those were the cave artists of what's called the Upper Paleolithic. And I think some of them moved in another direction and formed a civilization.